All right, Friday forecast time. It's Nebraska and Purdue homecoming Saturday, and I'm telling you, Sean, man, Monday news broke, and the Huskers got some bad news in terms of their offensive line.
Yeah, you look at the injuries now on this unit, Andy, on Monday when Matt Rule announced Turner Corcoran. I think that was a surprise, but he left the game with something on his foot, so you knew there was something significant there. Nuri Noeli, a surprise. Ethan Piper, not a surprise, but that's 3 of your top 5.
60%.
Not available. I think if you're glass half full guy, you're like, all right, Henry Lutoski has started before, he'll start again. Teddy Prohaska has started before, he'll start again. Justin Evans-Jenkins has played all year. He played 38 snaps, including 35 at left guard and 3 at center, and he'll plug in there. So you can be optimistic, as I always try to be, as people accuse me of, but they have 5 that can play, but after 5, they don't have much of a 6th man right now.
Evan Jenkins played very well on Saturday against Northwestern. Now, what does this do in terms of the offensive approach for Nebraska? Does it change the game plan?
You know, I just think they have to be smart and conservative. We know the receiver situation. 4 of their top 5 they opened camp with are gone. You
mentioned Billy Kemp.
Billy Kemp out for a few weeks for sure with an MCL sprain. 2 of your top 3 running backs to start the year are not available. So now Emmett Johnson has assumed the starting role, and Anthony Grant, has been the starter. You got those 2 guys, but how do you put it together? I think a lot of what you do has to be based on defense, field position, special teams. Can your defense and special teams create the field position to help this unit out? You know what this offense is. Andy, they only put up 1 sustained drive against Northwestern this last week, and that was the one before halftime where Harburg scored. Other than that, their average drive length over the entire game was 4 plays per drive.
That's not going to get it done. At least it's not sustainable if you're going to win football games. How did Harburg grade out, in your opinion?
I think for him, the running is key. He gave them close to 75 yards rushing, and that's the key. But Northwestern did not blitz him. They only blitzed twice the entire game on Harburg on pass plays, which got my attention. Now, this week, Ryan Walters is a known bring 5 guy. When he was at Illinois, his base defense was always bring 5 and play man-to-man coverage. So will he be that aggressive on Harburg? It was easy a year ago when he was at Illinois to do that to Casey Thompson. Will he be that aggressive to Harburg, knowing Harburg can outrun a lot of blitzes? He's faster than a lot of rushers.
And remember that Purdue is coming off a bye week, just as Northwestern was coming off a bye week to face Nebraska. Now, the good news for Nebraska is that their defense is playing about as well as it has been all season long. They had 8 sacks that tied a season high Saturday, and I think 13 tackles for loss, which was a season high. How'd they do it, and how do they keep doing it?
Yeah, they're just like a glove. I mean, they play so well together as a group. They know their spots. They tackle well. When people try to throw kind of the junk plays on the perimeters, they just gang up and make those tackles. You're not seeing a lot of missed tackles. I mean, there were a couple plays down the field, but even then, Nebraska recovered. They stopped the run. Omar Brown stopped the touchdown run from happening. Malcolm Hardstog ran down a receiver, prevented a touchdown. That would have been 14 points. It made it 6. With a team like Nebraska, that really matters.
Yeah, Matt Rule calls them winning plays, and those were the reason why Nebraska was able to
and Isaac Giffords
off. And Isaac Giffords' play on that screen pass really was a winning play, because if he doesn't make that tackle, that's at least an explosive play and perhaps a touchdown. And the pass rush has been outstanding. Nash Hutmacher getting a lot of the pub, but Matt Rule making a point saying Ty Robinson is playing his best football.
Yeah, Ty Robinson, physically looks as good as any player. I mean, there's a reason why USC and Alabama and everybody in the country wanted Ty Robinson when he was coming out of high school. And he's had flashes over his entire career, but I think finally you're starting to see him play within a scheme and help the team out. But between him and Nash Hutmacher, they are 2 of the better up-front bodies, at least in the Big Ten West. I mean, those guys in the West are a handful for whoever they're going against. And now the next step is, can they create turnovers? Man, if they could create turnovers, it's going to make things a lot easier. But here we are, 4 wins. They got to get 2 more at least to kind of get this season where everybody hopes it can get to, and it's going to get more and more challenging as these injuries stack up.
Interesting to hear Matt Rule's approach, too, saying, yes, he feels terrible for the guys that are lost, at least temporarily, and the guys who are lost permanently for the season, that is. But football-wise, they got to move forward, right?
Yeah, you can't sit and, I mean, hey, it's Monday. We told the guys Monday this all happened. You got to move forward. These are the guys. We still got to play the game, and we're going to win. We got to win the game, and you're at home. You're going to have a great crowd behind you. It's going to be a little chillier, unfortunately. We're not going to get these 75-degree Saturdays much longer, which we've had all year for these 2:30 games. So the weather could be a little different than what we're used to, and who does that help? I mean, does that help a better defense like Nebraska's or Hudson Card in that Purdue offense?
Well, we will find out Saturday. It's homecoming Saturday in Lincoln. It's Nebraska and Purdue. It's a 2:30 kick. It's on FS1.